What is up, everybody? We're back here for another King Films video, and this time after week 14 we are doing another playoff picture video, and then later I'm going to be making my playoff predictions. Again, only 3 weeks left, so it's going to be more accurate this time than it was a few weeks ago. I know you guys love that video, so comment down below your predictions, anything you think I got wrong, and also smash the like button. So after the conclusion of Week 14, you guys are looking at the NFC playoff picture. And notable jump this week is that the Green Bay Packers took the number 1 overall seed with the Saints lost to the Eagles. And they hold this tiebreaker because they beat the Saints in Week 3. And so that was the only major change in Week 14 between seeds. The Rams stay at the 3 seed with their win against the Patriots. The football team do leap over the Giants for the NFC East lead, but anyone can really win that division with 3 weeks to play because the Giants do hold the head-to-head tiebreaker there. Seattle, though they win against the Jets, they stay in the wild card, still have their chance at the NFC West title, as I'll go over later. Tampa Bay Bucks win against the Vikings, stay at the 6 seed, and then the Arizona Cardinals jump back into the playoffs, into the 7 seed. With the Minnesota loss and their win. And then you see the in the hunt graphic. Other than the Vikings, I'm not really considering those other teams for the wild card spots. I mean, obviously the Giants could still win the NFC East, but I don't have a lot of faith in the Lions or San Francisco to make the playoffs. And Minnesota and Chicago will face off this week, so it's safe to say that the loser of that matchup will be out of playoff contention. Then we move over to the AFC, and this is the playoff picture pre the Monday Night Football game. So tack a loss, that is, to the Browns record. They're still at the 5 seed because they beat the Colts head-to-head, and then tack a win onto the Ravens record, and they're still in the hunt graphic. The Dolphins actually have the better conference record and therefore hold the tiebreaker over the Ravens. So another critical 1 seed change in the AFC as it was in the NFC. The Chiefs, with their win over the Dolphins and the Steelers' loss to the Bills on Sunday night, they move into the 1 seed and they have a firm grip on the 1 seed. Even if they lose to the Saints, they are still holding the 1 seed. So, I mean, it's looking great for them to repeat as AFC champions and maybe Super Bowl champions. The Steelers lost the last 2 weeks. It looked for certain that they would hold on to the 1 seed, but 2 losses will do it to you. Bills are creeping up. They have the head-to-head on the Steelers. They're at the 3 seed, and then the Titans at the 4 seed. They're just trying to hang on to the AFC South with the Colts on their tail. Then we have the Browns, who, although they lost, they look very good, and they have a pretty easy schedule, so expect them to make the playoffs. They're at 5 seed, 9-4. It didn't look as certain as it did going into this week. And then the Colts at 9-4. They are pretty firm there. Have a game lead on the in the hunt teams at least. And then the Dolphins, with that loss to the Chiefs, they are tied with the Ravens. Again, hold the tiebreaker, but they face a pretty hard schedule the last 3 weeks. So it is going to be very interesting what it comes down to. Then in the hunt graphic, the Ravens playing great football. They have a very easy schedule. Their offense looked great against the Browns. Defense, not so much. So 8-5 there. And then the Raiders are 7-6. They are actually facing Miami later in the season. I'll get over that. And then the Patriots, I am basically counting them out. I mean, they'd have to win out and get a lot of help. They're only in the hunt graphic because they are mathematically alive, but in all reality, that's going to get out of their hands after this week. So that is after Week 14, the playoff picture and everything. Now we have my Week 15 predictions per the NFL Playoff Machine by ESPN. So you see what I have in all of the individual games here. I don't really have anything major this week, I don't think. So I have the Chiefs hanging on to the 1 seed in the AFC with their win against the Saints. That's going to be a great game. We don't know if Drew Brees is going to play, but you have to think that the Chiefs have a great chance. And then the Steelers have them winning against the Bengals, 12-2. Buffalo, I have them winning against the Broncos on Saturday. The Titans, I have them winning as well, 10-4. And then the Browns, I have them winning against the Giants, and that might be close on Sunday night, but I think the Browns bounce back, get that win. Colts 10-4. I have them staying with the 6th seed. And then that all-important 7th seed that is anyone's game, I have Miami sticking to that lead. I have them beating the Patriots, but that game is going to be a toss-up. So then we go on to the NFC. The Packers hold on to that 1 seed position as they beat the Panthers. The Saints fall out of the race, really, as they go to 10-4. Rams win, go to 10-4. And then the Washington football team, I have them losing a game. I think they're on a 3 or 4 game win streak right now. I have them losing to the Seahawks. So they still hang on to the 4 seed because the Giants lose to the Browns. And then the Seahawks, I have them winning against the football team. And then the Bucs, I have them winning. And then the Cardinals, I have them winning as well. So everything really remains the same as it is this week in the playoff picture after Week 15, according to my predictions. So then in Week 16 is where you really see the deviations from the current playoff picture, as I do have the Chiefs again winning, so they go 14-1, and at this point in real life, they would actually clinch the 1 seed in the first round bye. At 14-1, I have them winning that. Then I have the Buffalo Bills winning against the Patriots on Monday Night Football, going to 12-3 and moving into the 2 seed because the Steelers, actually, I have losing to the Colts. If you look at the matchup, I love the Colts in that one. The Colts actually don't move up because the Titans, I have another upset, beating the Packers on Sunday Night Football. So for some reason, the NFL playoff machine puts the Saints above the Packers, even though the Packers clearly have the tiebreaker. You'll see in Week 17, it actually doesn't work this way. But back to the AFC, the Titans maintain the 4 seed. The Browns beat the Jets. They stay at the 5 seed. So Indianapolis at the 6. And then finally, you see the Saturday night matchup. I have the Raiders beating the Dolphins. So the Ravens, who beat the Giants, leapfrog into the 7th seed. That's a major change. And then as I outlined in the NFC, I'm not sure why the playoff machine has the Saints at the 1 seed and the Packers at the 2 seed. And then a major game is the Seahawks hosting the Rams. I have the Rams winning that. I think they have a great matchup against Seattle. I like their chances there. McVay seems to have Pete Carroll's number in these head-to-head matchups. Give me the Rams there to maintain the 3 seed and potentially have a run at the 1 seed. You'll see in Week 17. So they firmly clinch the NFC West there. And then I have Washington taking a strong grip on the NFC East as they beat the Panthers. And then the Bucs I have winning again. Seahawks, as I mentioned, lose. And then the Cardinals just about clinch the playoffs, as I have the Vikings losing to the Saints on Christmas Day, and then the Cardinals going to 9-6 and beating the Niners. So then, last week of the season, a lot of scenarios at play. Let's see what I have. In Week 17, I have the Chiefs going 15-1 this season, not losing a game after that first Raiders loss, 15-1, getting that first round bye. Next, I have the Bills, and this is going to be a very important game against the Dolphins. I have the Bills winning that game just because they need to. They're playing great football right now, but if they want to win that game, they will, and they want to get the 2nd seed. So I think they will win that game. And then the Steelers, 13-3. I think they will beat the Browns there. They don't want to go tumbling too far going into the playoffs, so I think they'll maintain the 3 seed. And then the Titans, I have at the 4. They wrap up the AFC South going 12-4. And wow, according to this prediction, they would be playing the Colts, who got 2nd place in the AFC South by a tiebreaker in the first round. And not many fans in stadiums, so that's really just an AFC South playoff matchup for the actual championship. But regardless, we have Baltimore Ravens, who this was not looking good for at all. They were 6-5. I have them winning out. They have an easy schedule. I have them beating the Bengals in Week 17, going 11-5 and getting the 6th seed. And these would be very interesting playoff matchups because they would be rematching the Steelers, who swept them. And then I have the Browns hanging on to the last seed in the playoffs, even though they lose to the Steelers. You will see that the Raiders won all of their games that I predicted them to win in the last 3 weeks. It just wasn't good enough. They're at 10-6. So they miss out. They were the last team that was in the hunt. And then the NFC, you'll see that the Packers now have the actual tiebreaker. They get the 1 seed as they win against the Bears. And then the Saints, I have going 12-4. They'll wrap up the NFC South and they will win against the Panthers. And then the Rams, I have also going 12-4. They will beat the Cardinals. Although that result may skew if they don't actually want to win, if they have the NFC West locked up and their seeds locked up. And the football team, this is one of the greatest comebacks in the season. They looked very bad. I think they were 2-7, maybe 1-7 earlier in the year. I actually have them losing to the Eagles, but they do maintain control of the NFC East lead and get into the playoffs with a record of 7-9. Next, we have the Bucs, who I have them winning every game in the last 3 weeks, as I have some other teams. I think they don't face many hard matchups. They play the Falcons twice, and I have them winning both, 11-5 there. The Seahawks play the Niners. I have them winning there, 11-5 at the 6. And the final team in the playoffs, I have the Cardinals going 9-7, losing to the Rams, but they would already be in this scenario. So these are my current playoff predictions going into NFL Week 15. Comment yours down below. I want to know. And I'm going to be having my Week 15 betting locks and game predictions video coming out on Thursday, so tune into that one, and thank you for watching.